It's gone?
Yeah, I edited it.
Or not. I like your entrance.
Yeah. How's it going, everybody? This is Steve. Watching Smoking Cardboard, and
This is the double A pipe man.
I was close enough to come scooting on over here for a little while. We've been hanging out. I've been able to enjoy Luke's wonderful hospitality.
We had to move into the garage. We've been sitting out in the sun. The sunscreen came out.
Yes.
And now it's raining. It's a classic Midwest weather.
Yeah, I gotta try some Gallup Hogarth Glenmore Flake. Is that what it was? Grassmore.
Yeah.
And that was really good.
Grassmere.
Grassmere.
Yeah. Grassmere. I'm working on another bowl of Pegasus. Steve brought me a jar of Pegasus as well.
It wasn't for me, and I knew he loved it.
It is definitely for me.
But I'm smoking the Yule's Perfection Plug Burley. That's what it's called. And you tried that earlier?
Yeah, I had a bowl of that earlier. Tasty stuff. I've never made it to Yule's, and I enjoy Milwaukee. When I lived in Chicago, Milwaukee was always kind of a fun getaway. It was everything you like about Chicago, just in a smaller package. I think a better view of the lake, honestly. Don't really support the baseball team. But,
Go Brewers. Yeah, I haven't gone to any serious tobacconists. I've been to some in Minneapolis, and they were all like skeleton tobacconists, whereas like here's our 8 blends that we have
right.
and 5 pipes. And you're like, okay. But I don't know if that's normal or...
And of the 8 blends, 3 of them are just lane Q and different...
Well, I guess I should say non-house blends, because
Yeah.
yes, they did have like some house blends, but...
But they always just repackage it. You know, it's like oh, this is our bestseller. It's called like White Knight or something, or Old Standby. It's like, oh wow, what is it? It's like, it's just lane 1Q.
I don't know. I guess I have a fear of just taking some tobacco out of a jar and expecting it to be a new favorite.
My first bowl of 965, back when Dunhill was producing it, was out of a jar, out of a Tobacconist.
See, my first tobacco was also out of a jar, but they didn't rename it. They just called it the names of Peter Stokkeby, so there were Peter Stokkeby bulks. So I had Peter Stokkeby Highland Whiskey and Peter Stokkeby can't remember the other 2 that I had.
Not that memorable.
Not that memorable.
My little shop here in town, he still blends some of his own stuff, but they just don't really suit my palate. They'd be fine in a pinch, but given the choice, I lean towards this one.
But I did find Peter Stokkeby English Luxury through a bulk, and I really like that. Have you had that?
I haven't.
It's got like a slight vanilla-y top note, but it's kind of, I mean, it's pretty basic English. It's kind of like, I don't know, it reminds me of a lot of different ones. You might like it, because it's like the Smyrna, but without different, the more basic Orientals.
I do love the Smyrna. not really, not for this season, but I will miss it come fall. Peter Piper, the True Light, sent me a jar of Smyrna, which he probably would like back now that they're not making it anymore. But yeah, that was one of those eye-opener blends for me that I just loved it.
Yeah, it's a really delicious blend. It's a shame that can't get it anymore.
Yeah, he sent me that with some Trafalgar and Cerberus. All great English blends.
Yeah, I haven't had those other ones. But he did send me the one aromatic that I thought actually tasted like it smelled, the 71st, Loki's 71st
Oh, yeah.
Street.
Yeah, that's his local.
Yeah, that one's good. Yeah, just lazy day for us.
Yeah, it's been nice. Had some, drinking some iced tea, unsweetened. And yeah, it's just been a nice lazy day. This is the first time we've met in person. It's been, I mean, how long we've known each other through the internet, for a good bit now, but never in person. Couple video calls, couple message threads and things, but it really is neat to. That's what I've always said about the YTPC is, you know, it is so nice that there are real people on the other side of the camera, and it's really nice to to meet a real person now on this side of the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes it is hard to feel that these people on the other side of the camera, you know, are, you know, real.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's like, oh, this could be a.
Well, yeah.
But then you interact with them more and more, and you're like, oh no, these are my friends. You know, like
Yeah.
and you try to explain that to someone outside the Y2PC, and you're like, well, I do have a YouTube channel, and
Yeah. First off,
I have friends in the internets.
Yeah.
And they're great people. Have you met them? No, I don't.
No, certainly not.
Now I have.
Yeah. Yeah, most
Some
of you, you know, it's like I've only seen you, you know, from the waist up. It's just kind of what gets shown. Steve got to meet the pups a little bit ago.
Yes.
Both Jet and Layla.
Beautiful dogs.
Yeah, Caroline had to run into work today, and we dropped the dogs off at a daycare kind of thing. It was their first trip in today, just the way that the schedule was going to work out. And so you showed up, and it's kind of one of those like, I promise you I have dogs and a wife, but they're not here right now. Come into my house.
You were just trying to protect them from me.
Right, exactly. It's like, yeah. After we had that first bowl, you know, it's like, okay, you can come home now. He's safe. Yeah, it's and we were talking earlier, just the YTPC and then the people in it. They kind of they become characters. You know, it's like you know them, but you only know what they show you. Yeah. So it's neat to see it in real life.
Right, and I think we were saying how people are genuine, you know, like you get that through their videos, you know, and you meet them in person and you're like, yeah, that's how they are. They're, you know, they're not showing off for the camera. But it's still like we were talking too about making content that makes you happy, you know, you can't be doing it all for the other people. You're just out here and part of a community, and you meet other really great people, and that kind of inspires. It certainly inspired me to make videos, is because of the other people on the other side of the camera being like, oh yeah, I think I want to try doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's certainly a different part of the YTPC, putting yourself out there in a video and making those connections. Not that you can't have connections without making videos, because certainly there are a lot of people that do.
Oh, of course.
But it's a little different.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty much every few months I will post and say, if you don't make videos, you should try it. If I hadn't started making videos, I would have met Steve. I wouldn't have met Junior, Onion, all these guys, people that I talk to on a somewhat regular basis, either through email or a text message. They've become friends, true friends.
But you've also made yourself available,
Right.
It kind of goes both ways, It's like a different way of making yourself available, and I think you find a lot of the people in the guys or gals in the YTPC that's why they're doing this, is because they want to interact. It's fun.
Right. Well, it's a way to share a pipe, because we can't do this that often. You live in a different time zone. These work so well around other people, as long as everyone else is enjoying one. And being on one side of the camera can be a touch lonely at times, but you're uploading it to be conversational with other people. It's one-sided until it isn't.
Right. There's nothing more frustrating than screwing up a video and not being able to post it. That was all for nothing. Because without having the interaction on the other side, it's kind of like an empty void.
Yeah. It's like talking to yourself in the mirror.
So hopefully this is recording. If it's not, it's my fault.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully it's right side up, which seems to be my problem.
Yeah, I forget who. I just watched a video and someone's was upside down, and I'm glad that they still just posted it. It's all good.
It wasn't Down Under Piper, the Australian guy? That's just
how
it
was a new guy. What's his name?
I don't know.
Average Mike Pipes. Average Mike. But it's just nice to be outside enjoying the nice weather. Gotta live up the north when we can get this green grass and the sunshine.
Yeah, there's green grass over there. So you're just doing lake stuff all week, huh?
Dude, yeah, I'm just relaxing.
Nice.
Trying to keep the kids happy and then just relaxing, and it's great seeing some family, and thought I'd pop over here a little bit easier than, because I knew you had the dogs and all that. I was like, oh, it's probably easier than you trying to make your way over.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But yeah, drinking some good tea, having good smokes, good conversation about all the life's problems. I think we solved them.
We solved all the world's problems this afternoon.
Yep.
All of it.
So sorry you guys missed out on that.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a recap at some point, but just know that they're solved, or at least there's a way to solve them.
So, well, should we say bye?
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and if you're close enough to go meet a fellow piper, I'd highly recommend it, or at least make them come to you.
But just send your dogs and your wife away first.
Right. Yeah. make sure they're safe.
Make sure they're safe.
Yeah, it's man, growing up, don't talk to people on the internet, and don't talk to strangers, and like these days, I mean, that's how I used to get around in Chicago. I would use an app on my phone to contact someone on the internet to come pick me up at my address to take me somewhere. That's a business.
Yep. That is.
And now we can do it with pipe smokers too.
Yeah. And I hope I get to see more pipe smokers.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
There's at least one other pipe smoker out there.
Yeah. I hope so.
All right.
Yeah. You guys have a great day. My name's Luke. I'm the AA Pipe Man.
And I'm Steve. Smoking cardboard.
Happy smokes.
Bye.